Hi guys, welcome back to another Yonder Mountain Adventure. Well, Yonder Mountain review. Last week I did a video on the Nightcat pop-up tent. And what an absolute cracking bit of kit that is. I hope you enjoyed that video. And I made a reference to a couple of things in that video about this cost of living crisis that we're going through here in the UK. Costs are going up. People don't have the spare money that they once have. Yet stress levels are also increasing, and people are starting to feel, you know, just a little bit more shackled and not as mentally well as probably what they once were. And you know what? There's only one antidote to depression and anxiety and low mood and stress, and that's getting out and soaking up a bit of prescription nature. Now, in order to do that, you might need to buy some gear. So I have been to Decathlon. I've bought a tent for $39.99 out of my own money. It hasn't been gifted to us, I know, like that. It's a 3-person tent. I'm kind of focusing on budget gear to try and get the family out, because of course it's not just individuals, you know, it's about getting the family out, getting the kids out, getting the dogs out and all this type of thing, but without breaking the bank. 39 quid. Now, I haven't really looked at this tent. It's got rave reviews. I think there's something like 2,000 reviews on the Decathlon website, and it's got 4.5 out of 5. Decathlon's a great outlet. You might have already been there and getting some gear yourself. Every product comes with a 2-year guarantee, which for me pretty much says everything. Like, so this tent looks like it could be good, but we don't know until we pitch it, which is exactly what we're going to do right now. Fantastic. Right, let's have a look at this thing. I've got everything just kind of laid out here. First thing that I've noticed, the actual bag that it comes in is a waterproof bag, and you can see it opens up and the tent folds down and all the poles in it goes into there, and this just wraps over. You've also got a carry-on handle. When this is all wrapped up, the carry-on handle is here as well, so it's nice and easy to carry. On here as well, you'll be able to see, if I just maybe come a little bit closer, it gives you a bit of information about the tent. It's a 3-person tent, 3.4 kilograms it is, which from a wild camping point of view is probably quite heavy, but this really isn't a wild camping tent. But it does give you a little bit of information there. And on the inside, you'll be able to see it's got some very, very clear instructions on how to put this tent up. This is easy to put up, but the instructions do help if you're new to camping. So first things first, good first impressions with the bag. You get the inner, which is this here. I've already kind of had that out. You get the fly sheet, which is here. I'll go through some of the stats. You get a fiberglass poles. You get your tent pegs. Plenty, obviously, to do what you need to with the tent. And again, just a kind of standard little tent pegs, but that's all that you need for sure. And then you get 4 guy ropes as well. So that's what you get, $39.99. That's all good and well, but let's see how easy it is just to pitch this thing. First things first, when you're putting the inner up, make sure that you know where the door is. You want it orientated pretty much where you want it to be. It's somewhat geodesic, I'll show you in a minute, but ideally you need to get it kind of put into the place where you want the door. This is a beautiful area, and I want the door pointing out towards the river, and so it gives us kind of good views of the area as well. It's really just a case of pegging out. There's a couple of things. The actual bathtub, it's got about I think it's about a 7-inch bathtub on it. I'll show you that in a minute as well. The bathtub is waterproof to 2,400 millimeters. The fly sheet is 2,000 millimeters. Now, for anything in the UK, even if you're in sustained heavy rainfall, that's absolutely no bother at all. Right, let's get this thing pegged out. Nice and easy. Get your first one down. Incidentally, there's little kind of pockets down here as well on all 4 corners. That's a little housing for the post to go in, I'll show you that. And we've got some of these nice green loops and I'll show you that as well. So first things first, let's get this pegged out. Get some tension on it. There we go. That's that all done basically there. Nice and taut. Magic. Right, next thing is the poles. You get fiberglass poles with this, which are fine. I've got other tents from Nightcat, which are these as well. Now it's a long pole. That's what she said. So the idea is they go over diagonally. Let's get it up. Right, so the pole goes into that little housing and you basically just go around and you put these hooks on, which are far easier than a lot of other tents which I've used and have got on the same kind of design. You just go around and do the whole thing like that. Now you can see it's starting already. We've got a nice structure. These poles are flexible yet strong. And look how easy that is. We're up and running basically. This top one needs to be clapped over the top one and that holds it into position. What I did want to show you as well is, again, quality of the zips. Absolutely great. And from that point of view as well, look at the amount of access space that you've got there. So now that we've got the inner up and sorted, time to get the fly sheet on. 2000mm static head units. And of course make sure that the door on the outer matches up with the door on the inner. Right guys, let's take a look. You've got your storm flap, which is good. That's actually really strong Velcro, that, which is good. The zip itself on a draw cord. Look at that. Nice and easy. Wow, well that was easy. Very, very easy, despite the flies. Wow, man alive. You'll see what I've done here. I've got the outer just tucked on the inside of there, and actually the inner. There are the clasps that you would normally get, but I just think that's mega easy, and if the rain starts to come down you can get that whipped out straight away. But that's a good idea. Bring some washing line pegs as well, they're quite handy. Boop boop, job done. But $39.99. I've actually only used one peg so far, and that was for the door and vestibule. Actually sit and look at this now. There's enough space, definitely for a pair of boots. Put your bait there, put your gas canister, and maybe a little bit of cooking as well. It's basically ample. Yeah, beautiful. How nice is it sitting out here, soaking up the sights and sounds of the forest. Beautiful. Incidentally guys, Decathlon's website is fantastic. If you're wanting information about this, even the manufacturing process, how it's been tested in laboratories. This thing's been tested in a wind tunnel up to 40 kilometers, which is grade 5 or force 5 or whatever they call it. So the website, I'll put some I'll show you just in this corner here. Loads of information, which is great. And like I said, there's about 2,000 reviews on this thing. Everybody's got something good to say about it. And the biggest thing being quality and value for money. And the size. Talk about the size. Let's get in. My God, it's warm in here. So, one of the things that I actually really like about it is you've got the white interior, but the dark outer. So it's going to be, you know, you'll still get the darkness for sleeping and things like that, but it's quite nice to have a white interior. Tents don't normally come with it. You can see the height here that I've got. I'm 6 foot, and there's bags of room, absolutely bags of room. You've got your lantern hanging point in the middle, and one of the things that I really like is up here. I don't know if you can see it, I will show you it. You've got a cord, and you can put your damp clothes on there and let them dry out. Very, very well thought out. Just behind us here, you'll be able to see you've got 1, 2, 3 good sized pockets there for storage, mobile phone, camera equipment, I don't know, whatever, books, glasses. Absolutely ideal. There is actually loads of space in here. This claims to be a 3-person tent. Let's have a look. The ground's not very even, but that's me, 6 foot, I'm not touching, and my feet aren't either. So there's one person. Be a bit snug, but again, room. And then your third person. I think you could manage that. No bother. The quality of the ground sheet is very good. You can tell it's thick. The ground's already wet, and I'm getting nothing coming up through. It's great. I'll put the dimensions on screen so you can see and get a better idea. But really well thought out. Oh wow! So, what I think. What's my overall opinion on this? So, let's have a look at the pros and cons. Pros. It's cheap. Mega cheap. $39.99. You get your inner, you get your outer. It's waterproof to 2,000 static head units on the fly. And the ground sheet is 2,400mm waterproofing. It comes with the pegs, it comes with the guy lines, it's sturdy. Good bathtub. Half decent vestibule. Lantern hanging, plenty of storage. Good zips. Easy to put up. You can see it only takes 5 minutes. It's geodesic once you've got the poles in. This thing can be moved around as well. It's another plus point. Actually, the colour of it, it's something a bit different. You either got your hillies, which are bright red, or kind of, you know, the khaki colours like the rest of them, and the OEX ones, which are dark forest green. It's something a bit different, isn't it? The quality of the stitching, double stitched, seam sealed. Very, very good. Very, very sturdy, as you can see. Very good indeed. 3-person, definitely 3-person. You might struggle with your gear for 3 people, so I would probably say it's a 2-person shelter. And then the 2 people in here, A, aren't as snug, you're not on top of each other, which you may or may not want, depending on who you're with. If I was with Dangerous Dan, there's no way I would be rolling around in here with him. Definitely not. But 2-person, you can get your gear in. Any other things that I can think of? I think that's all the pros. A good storm flap. Everybody loves a good flap. The downsides, there's only really one that I can think of. It's 3.4 kilograms. But then again, this isn't a wild camping tent. It's a family tent, isn't it? But you know what? 3.4 kilograms, you actually could stick in your backpack, you know, if you're not going on absolutely mental hikes up into the, you know, the Himalayas or out like that. You could probably get away with it, actually. And I could probably do with a slightly bigger vestibule in all fairness, but it's manageable, it's doable. So look at all those pros and only 2 cons. $39.99. If you're wanting to get the family out and the dogs out into beautiful green places like this and just unwind and de-stress, maybe do a little bit of Bigfoot hunting, this is the thing for you, man. Absolutely class. And backed up with a 2-year guarantee. Decathlon like this with all the gear. I've bought a few things from Decathlon, and if this becomes faulty, you take it back to the shop and they'll repair it or they'll replace it for nout under the guarantee. Top quality. How easy was that? 2 minutes, 3 minutes, sorted. I just want to show you this as well, guys. This is the pack, you haven't seen it yet. Pegs. There's an inbuilt peg bag into, it's got very strong Velcro on. Inbuilt peg bag into the tent itself. Once you've got everything, there's grass all over the shop. Everything in, poles just slot in, and it's as simple as this. You just wrap it up like so. You've got these which just wrap around to hold it in place. And that is that. Job done. Oh. Right guys, there we go. That's a video done. It's called the ML100 from Decathlon. Check it out, I'll put links in the description for the website. It's on offer until the 13th of August 2023, $39.99. Normal price, wait for this, $49.99. Mental. Proper bit of kit. So there we go, I hope you've enjoyed that one. So there's two reviews back to back. The Nightcat pop-up one and this Decathlon tent here, $39.99. I can't get over it. That could well be my new go-to spacious tent because it's so quick and so easy and it's just cheap, and I can tell it's going to be durable as well. It's good quality gear. So there we go. If you like what you're seeing, guys, give us a thumbs up. Give us a like, send us some comments. If you haven't already subscribed, do think about it. There's loads of content like this. People like to see these reviews and get a real good idea about what these things are capable of, and there's more and more people wanting to get out and do some wild camping as well. So a few more reviews. I will get back to my normal adventure ones. I've got a trip up to the Highlands of Scotland coming up pretty soon again as well, so I'll do some video on that as well. So there we go. I'm just going to now sit and soak up a little bit of prescription nature. I'm in a beautiful place. This is the River Ingram, and so far the weather's kept off and the flies are away now as well. So I'm just going to sit and soak this up. As always, folks, you know exactly what's coming, and it's so important, isn't it? Forget about the news and the radio and the newspaper and Facebook and the doom and gloom and all of this scaremongering that's going on. Forget about it. Get yourself out. Even if you haven't got the motivation, drag yourself out, get out that door, jump in the car, go for a walk down your local woodland, do whatever, but get out and soak up some prescription nature. Makes a world of difference. So on that note, folks, there's been some reports of some strange happenings around these woods. Some people say it was Bigfoot, but others say that they've caught this strange creature in the forest with various tents. So I'm going to go off and do a little bit of Sasquatching. I'll see you guys on the next Yonder Mountain Adventure. Oh, let's have a look and see. Fantastic. What's that? Get out and soak up some prescription nature. It'll be fun, he said. Get out wild camping. I've just been bit 3 times by a wasp. What I was sat down there was a wasp's nest. Check this out. So, there we go. Bite 1. Bite 2. And bite 3. I'm 47. I've never been bit by a wasp. Never mind. Get out and get some prescription nature and wasp stings. Bye for now, folks.